Hello. What's up? Earl in the house. Talk to me, Goose. I've just inhaled a energy drink. I'm going to go to the gym in about 1 hour. Do a half-hour stream tonight. I want you guys to want more. Get it? So, here we are, Tuesday night in the Earlverse. Just writing some jokes. I was watching a video on, I love watching videos on first class air travel. And I guess on Dubai, if you fly to Dubai, I think on Emirates, and you fly first class, you have phones in your seat. So you can call like someone else in first class. And it's like, how fucking creepy is that? Imagine you're on a plane and you get a phone call. Who's this? This is Bill in seat 2B. What are you doing? I mean, there's really nowhere you could go. What up, Peter Pan? Columbus is, they're going to, am I high? Are you high, brother? I'm straight edge, man. I don't drink or do drugs or abuse my body. My only body is pussy. Vice, my only vice. I'm never high. I've never done a drug in my life, Peter Pan. And that's a fact, Jack. So I hate to disappoint you. I think it's the glasses, bro. I know the glasses are reflecting because the phone is so close. Let's see if I pick it up and I know I'm straight edge, bro. Now I can't read it. What up? What up? Sorry, you're gonna have to deal with it again. He just posts and watches. I don't know who Jeff Ross is, so you guys are gonna have to explain in full detail who he is. What up? What? I wish I was John Cena. You think I'd be doing a stream to 20 people in here right now? Probably be about 2,000 people in here. Hit the like and subscribe button, please. DB Cooper. No, thrash metal's a little too much for me. I like Poison, Rat, Bon Jovi, Def Leppard, stuff like that. I'm not into the hardcore metal, but I'm not against it. And funny enough, I used to play hockey on Sunday nights in Culver City with Rocky George, who, if you like thrash metal, you know that Rocky was, I think, the second guitar player in Suicidal Tendencies. Great hockey player. I remember he was the first person to tell me about Guns N' Roses. I think they were recording next to them in some studio in Hollywood. It's like, yeah, man, this band Guns N' Roses, they're fucking five maniacs. They all party hard, and they're going to be the next big band. And I'm like, you should listen to Britney Fox. Yeah, Rocky. And I think he was missing a tip of his finger, which makes his guitar playing even more, like, interesting. Um, so I don't keep track. No, that is a Sting mask, baby. Sting, the wrestler, not the bass player, not the bass player. And that was a real wacky group that we played hockey with in Culver City. It was at the LA Kings old shitty rundown practice rink, and we would literally break into the ice rink with our hockey gear and just like a real interesting group of dudes. I mean, it was Bruce Thomas, who was Nicole Simpson's mailman, Rocky George from Suicidal Tendencies, this guy named Morgan, who was like the editor of Busty Beauties, which was an offshoot of Hustler. I mean, just if you watched all of us playing hockey and there was fights all the time, I didn't play with a helmet on. I mean, I can't, and I almost got fucking killed one night when a guy's skate blade literally like this close to my throat. But there was no medical attention at this place. So, yeah, of course I remember Headbangers Ball. I did not, Dominic. I did not. I didn't like the Goon movie. I thought it was a little too cartoonish. I mean, I get it's a movie and it's a movie primarily that's for fun, but I did not like it, to be honest with you. Um, so, but a lot of people liked it. I know I grew up in Canada. I mean, I grew up in California, Los Angeles, where I live now. So I became a hockey fan because in the late 70s and early 80s, the King games were not on TV. So I had this wacky cable station, WOR, which televised, I would say, about 30 Ranger games a year. So, oh, now, Oscar, you can do better than that. I heard that insult in the fourth grade. You can do better than that. Man, you trolls are unfunny. I've never met a troll that's funnier than me. Yeah. I don't know. It just, I get the movie was made for fun, but it is a true story of Doug Smith, the enforcer, who literally could barely ice skate. Um, yeah, I mean, the insults. It's like you guys read a joke book and then you come into my stream. But can you play Rap God? I don't know what that. Oh, now, Oscar, that's barely a little better. I mean, Oscar, you're very unfunny. I hate to break it to you. The craziest thing that's ever happened to me. Let me see. I mean, getting on Comedy Central 5 nights and 6 days on Roast Battle. That was pretty cool. Pretty crazy as well. Um, I didn't hear Chad's comments today. Um, okay, that's Grasshopper. That's not even remotely funny. Uh, well, I mean, yes, I will give Oscar this. The second one was a little better, but I've still heard the joke before. Um, oh, good for you. Good for you. Well, I hope you enjoyed your comedy club experience, and I make this offer to all people in the stream, including Oscar, that um, if you're ever in Los Angeles, you can come to the Comedy Store free of charge on me. They haven't asked me. I don't ask. Oh, yeah, yeah. I did go back to sleep after I did those comments on Chad. I mean, whiskey. That's like a joke I heard, in seventh grade. Yes, Ross. You know what time it is. Cobra in the house. What was his name? I'm drawing a blank. Let me get his name for you guys. He's very cool. I think he was with his lady friend. Sat pretty close to the front row. Let's see what his name was. I have a lot of messages. I can't find it. Whoa, 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 whoa. Sorry about that. I think his name was David something. Let me take one last look at it. I don't know what happened with Danish and O'Neill. A lot of people ask me. I honestly don't know. It's unfortunate, but I kind of stay out of that. I'm trying to find this guy's message he sent me. He said Andrew Motz was the person who came to see me at the Comedy Store. He had a good time. My voice is very deep, Doobie. I do a lot of cartoon work. I also do like lottery commercials, like buy your Georgia State Lottery Scratchers commercial now. Avoid where prohibited. Would you play Hank Hill in a movie? Absolutely. I do voiceover work. Right now, you can currently see me on Tyler the Creator's cartoon, The Jellies, which is on Adult Swim, Cartoon Network, and I believe it is still one of the animation shows on HBO Max. I know they got rid of a few. So I believe The Jellies survived the cut on HBO Max. I like Sam Tripoli. He's nice to me. You know, we're good friends. We're LA comedy soldiers. Um, Hello. See, that's pretty funny. That's pretty funny. Um, Oscar, I only do requests for money, honey. You know, I got to make a few bucks on this stream. You know, so if you have something you want me to say, you have to. I don't ask you guys for money, but since you're new to the stream, I have to indoctrinate you into the Earl rules, which are all Dabbleverse questions. Are $5 and up. All requests are whatever you'd like to donate, and all Jeff Ross questions are $100 and up. But since you're new to the stream, I'll give you one freebie. I can't give everyone freebies just because then whatever. EA Sports, it's in the game. That's pretty good, to be honest. I'm getting into text from the Comedy Store. Let's see what's going on here. Maybe I get a spot tonight. Maybe I get a spot tonight. Or maybe I don't. Oh, yeah, you got it. You got to grift a little bit, crew. I mean, I don't think it's. I don't know about a 13-incher. I don't think asking, as William Zoom would say, I'm not grifting for money. I'm just, I'm like a bartender. I'm providing you a stream that I think is pretty funny. And every now and then a tip here and there. I'm not doing this for money. If I was, I wouldn't be doing it. But, I don't think that I'm grifting. Grifting is, steel toe and some of the other streaming shows on YouTube. I don't know what you're talking about, Crow. Well, thank you, Oscar. I know we got off to a rough start here, but see, I'm friendly with the trolls. It's no hate. It's all love. No, I did not see that. Well, I mean, let's just say a few female comics have they've gotten a crash course in the industry. Hello, boing. I don't know about that. I mean, did I ever think of starting my own roast battle? A lot of people have asked me that. Like, hey, why don't you just start your own roast battle? But, there's only one roast battle, and I don't have the desire to go up against the roast battle at the Comedy Store. I mean, I do think mine would be better just because, mine would be about the battles. Wouldn't be about, which is part of the problem with the show now is that, now it's about the judges. And, back then it wasn't. It was about the battles. And that's where I think the show has gone askew, is that, one, the quality of comics is not good on the current show. I mean, when you look at the quality of comics when I was on the show, you had Sarah Tiana, who's a top writer in Hollywood. You had Mike Lawrence, a top writer in Hollywood in terms of comedy writing. You had myself, a paid regular at the store. You had Tony Hinchcliffe, paid regular at the store. You had a lot of super funny comics doing it. And now it's just like, The people who are still doing roast battle now, it's literally like an 80s metal band putting out an album in 94. It ain't happening, brother. Now, roast battle's gotten bigger, it's worldwide now, but name me one person who does it. You can't. Um, well, I mean, just foul. Let's see your juice call someone of importance. Come on, man. Um, I mean, roast battle, thank you very much, MR. I mean, roast battle now is just like people who got there too late to the party, I know a guy, an LA battler who just went to Japan to do Tokyo roast battle. Got paid very little money. You're on a fucking, what is that, a 14-hour flight to do a roast battle in Japan that no one's going to see. Um, And then, when I asked for one of my battles last year to be put on the Instagram page, I was, you could tell Jeff has told him no Earl shit, which is fine. Why would you put one of the most popular battlers of all time? Why would you put them on the Instagram page? So, I mean, it is what it is. I mean, Jamar was good when but it kind of got old after a while. Like he didn't prepare, so like I think in San Francisco he battled Mike Lawrence, and it was just like it wasn't a great battle because Mike's super prepared, Jamar isn't, and they just didn't have good chemistry. Once again, my battle with Robin Tran stole the show, but what good did that do me? Literally nothing. So yes, I get John Cena a lot. I mean, it's weird. Chad might be a pariah right now in the Dabbleverse world just because. I mean, it's pretty serious. His fucking YouTube channel got struck. I mean, or I'm sorry, his Patreon. So the racist guy you saw on TikTok, I don't know. I'm certainly not the racist guy anywhere. Any good Heckler stories? I mean, one night at the Comedy Store, maybe about 6 months ago, 8 months ago, I was, I'm in my all leather outfit. It's packed. I've never seen this room so packed before. Like 400 people when it's fully sold out. And this table of Mexicans in the back, you could tell they were like Raider fans from, white trash area of like Palmdale or Lancaster, shitty tattoos. Bro are in fitness or something. Yes, I am. And I can't say the word he said, but it rhymes with maggot. And and I was doing well with the audience, and he's like, "Take off your pants, maggot." And I was like, instantly, I might not be the funniest comic you guys know, but I'm fucking quick, bro. So I was like, wait a minute. You just called me a maggot, and you're with 5 guys and 2 girls who look like dudes? And the one guy stormed the stage, and he didn't get to me. And then they got all kicked out, and apparently they got in a huge brawl with the security on the sidewalk. I mean, I was still on stage. I didn't know what was going on outside, so it was pretty funny. Uh, well, I mean, now it's just like random open micer against random open micer, and it's just like like when you look at the heyday of the show, man, you had like Pat Barker against Connor McSpadden. You had, me against, Jesse Joyce. And, Jesse Joyce is one of the top roast writers in the world. Um, you had, Alex Hooper against, Olivia or whatever. Like, it was just like working comics were doing it. And now it's just, it's just comics who think hanging out with Jeff is cool. Like, I can't think of anything that's more uncool. But, for every comic that leaves the show, there's 20 that'll do it. And, it's like when you look at the LA show, no, you can't. You have to super chat me if you tell me a joke. I mean, but in the LA show, if you're familiar with the LA show, look at all the people who've left the show. You've got They don't do the wave anymore. They don't do the Heckler's table anymore. Coach T, who was the quickest guy on the show, he's not there anymore. I'm not there anymore. Tiana doesn't battle anymore. Hinchcliffe doesn't battle anymore. I don't battle anymore. It's a huge dip in quality when you take away all those people. So, no, I'm not a boxer. I don't like getting hit. I play hockey. That's pretty close to boxing. So hit the like and subscribe button, babies, if you can. I would appreciate it very much. Um, and the celebrity judges now are just like not good. I mean, roast battle. It kind of went downhill when we got back from season one, which was my season. And I remember looking up in the VIP area, which used to be Chappelle and Jeselnik and Jason Reitman and all these great A-list people. And then it was like roast battle comics in the VIP area. Like, oh, what's going on here? I wouldn't say I'm an athlete, but I can play hockey. I can, I take yoga a lot. What up, Gina Bobina in the house? We can talk about hockey. We can talk about AEW wrestling. Jack, I don't give shout outs to people, subscribe because I'm providing free content. Um, yeah, that was a Jeff decision, because I believe he told Adam, hey, Earl's going to come in hot on a certain subject, which I absolutely would have. I'm a roast comic. You go for the jugular. But I also would not have ruined the mood of the roast. Eleanor went 100 times harder than I did, than the jokes I would have done. And Rick Ingram. So it was just unnecessary. And there's like 80 people in the fucking room. So instead of having me on the show, and trust me, I would have been the best one, you have Mike Binder get up there and walk the audience. So what was better? That's a typical Jeff move of Earl's better for the show, but let's have Mike Binder on. No offense to Mike, but he's anything but a roast comic. Well, you got your wish, and he walked half the room. I'm not hating on him at all. I'm just giving you my experiences with him. No, I'm only 6'2". I'll tell you this much, half hawk, and I mean this. We don't know each other. If you think Jeff Ross is good, then you're probably not going to like me. So I don't want you to leave, but if you're looking for me to say nice things about him, it's not going to happen here. Adam Reyes, Dr. Phil, did you catch the live? No, I don't really watch a lot of people. Well, 100%, William, but not really. That Comedy Store documentary, was, some of the people they interviewed are like, you guys have nothing to do with the Comedy Store. No, it's all good. Like, I don't expect people to take on my feuds or, people that, I don't like. If you guys like them, they're doing some Comedy Central roast thing tonight. Half my friends are there. So, I don't care who people like, what up, Ben Jones, Bones Jones? Yeah, you can like both of us. You can love him and hate me, I did not know Mitzi, to be honest with you. I was up there. She was pretty sick when I started showing up there again. So, listen, I got no beef with Mike, but, Johnny, I don't do, I've already done that before. Oh, thank you. A lot of people tell me that. I like this. This is a Nimeth Brothers hoodie. Thank you very much. I'm trying. It's harder than I thought it would be. I've got someone who's has a connection with William Morris, who's reaching out on behalf of me to gut belt. So, not really. Listen, I liked him until he gave me several reasons not to like him. It's not like I'm just saying all this stuff for shtick. Um, yeah, I mean, listen, Matt Rife is playing theater, so obviously he's funny to somebody. You don't play theaters and aren't funny. I mean, he markets himself to women. I mean, he's a great looking dude, and it's nothing wrong with that. If I look like him too, I'd market myself to women. Uh, I don't know. I haven't really seen Jeselnik in a minute, so uh, I heard Joey Diaz was the only comic. I think Angel Salazar also went in there. Someone told a really funny story that they went into Mitzi's office and you're talking to her for a few minutes, and then they go out, and then they came in without knocking, and Angel Salazar was underneath the desk. Whoa! What up, Grimace and Pain? Yeah, slap the like button, slap the subscribe button. I appreciate it. We're just a small stream in the Earl world. We're just trying to make a few shekels, make some money, honey. Um, I got Visa, I got MasterCharge. Yes, thank you. Slappity the like and subscribe button for Daddy Earl. 100%. That's a fact, Jack. Uh, well, I was a little too young to get Johnny Carson. I get the Sam Kinison spot now Saturday nights at the Comedy Store. I close out the main room. Uh, did you ever do a show with Ralphie May? I was good friends with Ralphie, but I don't believe we ever performed. Well, I did Roast Battle. He was on season 1 of Roast Battle, as was I. He shouldn't have been on the show because Ralphie's a shit talker, but he's not a roaster, and they all knew that, but they still put him on. Hey, let's have a 600-pound guy sweating bullets up there and have Mike Lawrence destroy him. That's really funny. Um, Ralphie May was a great guy, but the bottom line, half hawk, is you can't be fucking 600-700 pounds your whole life. It's going to catch up to you. There's no it's like, if you're 10 pounds overweight, that's a lot of extra work on your heart, but you can't be that heavy, man. It's going to catch up with you. I don't talk to Steve Simone a lot, but we're very good friends. In comedy, you just you do different circuits. He's in Florida now. I'm in LA. But I'm very good friends with him. Nicest guy in comedy, for sure. So, I said I'd do a half hour tonight. Maybe we'll stretch this to 45 minutes. Well, I think it pays to be different looking. I never met Patrice O'Neill. I think, I'm in that almost in the middle category where I'm not super good looking, but I'm not a complete fucking gargoyle either. I'm not fat. I'm not overly tall or overly skinny, or, I don't really have any distinctive features outside of maybe my glasses. So, Ralphie was very funny, but I don't think it hurt that he was, 600 pounds. Yeah, I'm a middle-aged white comic. I might have met Martin once or twice at the Comedy Store in passing, just, hey, what's up, dude? Nothing really. Yeah, Bernie Mac was great. I don't think I was ever anything more than, hey, dude. So, you meet so many people in comedy, but like someone of Martin Lawrence's stature, he's got so many people around him. Like when he comes up to the Comedy Store, that you just kind of, you don't approach them unless they approach you. Thank you. It is distinctive. That is for sure. A lot of people want me to go to the UK, so maybe I could reunite with my Roast Battle castmate Jimmy Carr, which I would love to do. But my voice is deep. Can you give me any advice like a girl won't give me a chance? Move on, dude. Move on. That's the best advice I can give you. If the girl's not showing you any love, go dark on them. Go silent. Because you're probably calling them, texting them too much, and then they know they got you. So you have to go dark. And if they like you, they'll circle back to you. Look like the final boss. I don't know what that means, but welcome aboard. Hit the like and subscribe button. Well, I mean, Animal Mother, you should absolutely be my manager. Yeah, don't be hungry. You know, I get a lot of good-looking girls after me because am I the greatest looking guy in the world? Probably not. But, you know, you got to know your value, bro. You know, and obviously I don't know what you look like or how you dress or your financial status, but you got to act as if, like Ben Affleck said in Boiler Room, act as if you got the biggest dick in the room. You might not. You might have the smallest dick in the room, but nobody has to know that. But it's true, Yeah, sorry about that, Neff. I'm not gonna lie to you. Chris Neff, and follow Chris Neff in the stream. One of my funniest friends. Die Hard is a Christmas movie. Everyone says I remind them of John Cena. I don't think I look anything like John Cena. I mean, facially. Follow Chris Neff. He's a soldier of the LA comedy world. One of my best friends. He had an outstanding Christmas party. And I worked out earlier Saturday, and I fell asleep, to be honest with you. No excuses. No excuses. Seems like you had some girls with big tits there. I should have come. But, I did not. Chris Neff, plug your shit in here. You can't see me. My favorite John Cena sketch is when Elias did that rap on John Cena. John, I'm sitting here holding up 3 fingers. Try and bury me. That's what you do. The middle finger is for you. I love Elias, man. I mean, I got a better hairline than John Cena, I'll tell you that much. Yes, it is a Sting mask. Sorry about that. Did someone ask? That is a Sting the Wrestler mask. That is the Earl Skakel neon sign. We'll do a little tour of the side wall of my place. There is a hold on, let's see. A Vince Neil Japanese tour poster. And of course, the great Jack Lambert, Pittsburgh Steeler legend linebacker. A couple wrestling dolls, to float your boat. Thank you very much. So, yes, Sting is wearing some jawline base. I mean, I change my act almost every set, to be honest with you, because, I never know, the audience is different every show I do. So, but a lot of times I do the same jokes because they're new jokes to that audience. Like what joke did I try the other night at the, let me look at my new jokes. I do like I did a few jokes on the United healthcare shooting. I just think, I mean, obviously it's not funny, but man, that guy had a great body and great cardio. I mean, he got all over New York City in about 20 minutes. So can you please rant 1 through 4? I mean, really, probably 1, 2, 3, 4. To be honest with you, Earl, do you have female comedians sign your hog? I've been with a few female comics and improvisers. Yes, 100%. That is a great way to put it. My process for writing a new joke. That's a good question. Not one that you hear a lot about on comics streams. Just whatever pops into my head. Like, let me look at a new joke that's been in my brain. Like I saw a commercial for Dancing with the Stars, and I didn't recognize one fucking person on it. So in my mind, I started going, okay, these shows should just be called dancing. I mean, Dancing with the Stars to me would be like Springsteen, Elon Musk, people of that nature, not, Eric Estrada from Chips, stuff like that. I mean, I liked three better than four because I thought three was sadder with the death of Burgess Meredith. But I like two. I mean, two is a very underrated sequel. Um, yeah, I mean, they're really getting, Dancing with the Stars. They're really stretching. I mean, I think I'm on next season. It's just, or they should have it be called Dancing with the Stars and a question mark at the end. So I just, I saw a commercial for that, and that got me going. I saw a YouTube video about. I like to watch, I said earlier in the stream, those first class travel channels, where they show you what it's like to do a 12-hour flight from Japan to New York or whatever. And I think the world's longest flight was like Singapore to Australia. It's like a 19-hour flight, and they had this feature in the first class section where you could call other people in first class, and it's not fully formed in my head yet, but that's pretty fucking creepy. Like, who the fuck is going to call a complete stranger on a 20-hour air flight? Like, what would you say to them? So I'll flesh that out. I might go to like a workout room and freestyle it and see if anything hits. I got to poop. Well, good for you, DB Cooper. I mean, it depends on. Yeah, I mean, guess who's dancing? Hold on, I lost your question there. What kind of jokes are hardest to tell? Probably political jokes, because at least in Los Angeles, certain areas are politically one way or the other. Like in West Hollywood, LA, it's heavily liberal. So if you're doing a positive Trump joke, it's probably going to lose the room. But in Orange County, 714 area, Irvine, it's pretty heavy Trump. So it's, in New York, it's liberal. Texas is more conservative. Florida. So you can really, each joke can differ from room to room. I mean, the ultimate example of that is you fuck that. I mean, I walked by a Spirit Airlines thing, and I saw like one of the maintenance people tightening up. It looked like he was tightening up a screw on the outside of the plane. Fuck that. I'll pay the extra $100 to get fly Delta. But in terms of where can you do jokes and where you can't do jokes, it's like Hinchcliffe. At the political rally. That was not a good set for a political rally. There's just no way around it. But I tell you where it would have been a great set is literally 24 hours later at the mothership during Kill Tony. Every joke gets an applause break. Now, why is that? They're the same jokes, but two completely different crowds. So, good, yeah, 100%, Audrey. That's a good point. Yes, let's make Earl Skakel more known again. Good for you. Good for you. Well, I mean, I think that, political jokes, it's like I said, you could do a Trump joke in LA and it would probably do well. 'Cause, most people don't like Trump in LA. You go to Texas and do the same joke, an anti-Trump joke, it's probably not going to do well. It's the same joke. What changed? The audience. So, yeah, hit the like and subscribe button. That will make me. I mean, maybe a little bit of both. I mean, I don't think he's a moron, but like, I think he just got probably caught up in the moment. And, I'll agree with Tony in this standpoint. He was not set for success with basically no introduction and just shoved out there right after the national anthem. You never put a roast comic first. especially one like Tony, who Tony's going to go hard. And like I said, the next night at the mothership, he gets a standing ovation with the same set. Um, so, would a heel comedian work? Well, you might say Hinchcliffe is a heel comedian. Uh, I mean, I think that like people like the Hawk Tua girl. I mean, I don't hate on her. I mean, listen, she lucked into saying something, but I don't know what long term you can do with it. I think she signed with like William Morris like the next day or something. I get it, um, but um, it's long term is the problem for those people because I mean, I'm sure every comedy club in the country would headline that girl. I got my money back from Powertown Wrestling. Uh, yeah, she was at the Comedy Store, but I did not meet her. And apparently, I've heard she's really nice from everyone I have met. Excuse me, that has met her or dealt with her. I hear she's really nice. So I don't really hate on her. I think that um, it's like the problem is, I mean, she's likable, but she's probably not very funny. Um, but she could do well on TikTok. OnlyFans. Not, I don't mean showing her body on OnlyFans, but I'm sure she could come up with some grift on OnlyFans, and it would probably do quite well. It is my man cave. Part of it. Part of it. So yeah, I mean, she's in trouble for crypto and like, you know, yeah, I mean, I find her attractive. I find Sydney Sweeney attractive. I think Sydney Sweeney is hot. But you had a whole Twitter thing this week about her, um, being ugly, which is crazy to me. Um, so it's just like um, Haktua. I don't remember Craig Bush, but I can't remember. I can't remember them all. Um, I would love to get on Mayton, but that's something where he'd have to hear about my name. I mean, Sable's pretty attractive. Yeah, I don't know if we need an Earl coin. Well, women are hating on her too. Like that old agent or manager said she's ugly and she couldn't act. Yeah, yeah. I mean, I don't hit the road that much because frankly, it's a lot to fly out of L.A. to say New York or whatever. It's just a lot of money. So I've got to be making a lot of money to go there. And right now I'm in the worst thing you could be in is I'm in the middle. Like I'm not unknown, I'm not known. So few clubs would headline me. And I mean, I've bombed hard, but I've never given up. I double down, I go harder, and I'll finish a set. I do my full time. I've never walked off stage. Has there been moments where I wanted to? Yeah, 100%. But you realize that not every set you're going to do well in. And I'm at the point now where my bombing is better than most people's doing well. So, um, well, I like her face. It's not just her tits, to be honest with you. Um, so, where are you? What area are you in, Michael? I mean, I want to go to New York just because I'm relatively well known there. I could play the Stand. I could probably squeeze in a set at the Cellar. Okay. It's New York Comedy Club. Know a ton of friends in New York, so well, I bring up the Hinchcliffe thing again. Where it's like that same set that most people would say was not a good set at the Trump rally. The next night, literally 24 hours later, um, that set would have killed. But you're sitting, I just don't think a lot of people knew who Tony was in that room. So, and a lot of people are like, well, bro, what are you talking about? He sold out Madison Square Garden twice, 2 months earlier, but that was to a Kill Tony fan base, and everyone at those two shows knew who Tony was. So, I mean, that's a tough one, uh, Gunter. That's a tough one. Um, so, that's, the same set. I've done the same set um, in two different rooms, and it had two different results. Like the Comedy Store, it definitely favors the gritty and like aggressive humor, where the improv's a little more cookie cutter. Um, so, are you gonna? Yeah, Teddy, that's not just something that's gonna pay me enough money. I mean, like I drove to Hackamania because it's in Vegas. Wasn't terribly expensive to get to, but you're talking about flying to New York, staying in New York. It's just a lot of money. I mean, I did. I think Skank Fest in 2017, and although it was a lot of fun, it was a financial loss for me. So yeah, 7-hour drive. I mean, it was out of control. But that's my fault. I should have left in the nighttime. I will never drive to Vegas on a Friday afternoon again. But you just have to. I think. Um, you know, and obviously, I don't think anyone at Kill Kevin's going to be making a huge amount of money, but I'd probably make the least. So I'm good on that. But it should be fun. I mean, I want them to do maybe a Chad roast, and if they did it right, it could be huge. The stand would love it. You basically have most of the same people who did the Kevin Brennan roast, but you get a few new people in there like me and Melton, and it'd be such an energy in the room, Levy, and it'd be an amazing roast. Do you ever change your set real time based on the audience you see? Oh, 100%. I mean, almost every night I change my. I don't think you can, like I close out the Comedy Store on Saturday nights, and by the time I go on, they've been there for 2.5 hours. And some people have stayed from the first show. They want to go to both shows to see different comics. And, it's like I'm dealing with a tired audience. So I can't go in there with set jokes. Like, what was it, the 49ers? They would go in there with, the first 10 plays were scripted, uh, I have a first joke that I usually always do. Because usually when I get called to the stage, hey, give it up for your last comic, 20, 30 people leave. Because they're like, we've seen enough comedy. And I'm like, hey, it's great to be called to the number one stage in the world and have half the crowd get up and leave. That hooks them in. And I've had people who were leaving hear that and go, okay, we're going to watch this guy for a little bit. So, now obviously if you're doing a TV set, you have to be like A, B, C, D, E, F, and G. You can't put G in the B spot. I saw Ian Bagg. I think he did Ferguson, and he invited me down there, and it was crazy how like scripted and like it's everything. I think it's a four. Most comedy sets on TV are 4.5 minutes, so your set is like timed out to literally the second. So it's in terms of a longer set at the end of the night, I don't think you can go in there with a scripted set. I mean, well, it works. It works. That opener's never not done well. Or if I'm following someone super famous, like I had to follow Chappelle once, Dave Chappelle, because there's also Chappelle Lacey, and he's very funny. And Chappelle didn't even really give me an intro. He just kind of looked at the curtain behind him and like, I think there's someone next. And he kind of dropped the mic, and he gave me a fist bump in the green room as I'm walking out there. And I could tell the whole crowd was literally like this. They're getting up, but they're frozen. And they're giving me one joke. I knew right then the first joke has to be a home run, Babe Ruth calling him a shot. And I had the perfect joke for following Chappelle. Uh, it just really works, and it's like, I know what you guys are thinking. You're giving me one joke, and I want you to know it's an honor to follow Dave Chappelle because finally, for once in my life, I know how the Chinese guy feels following the black guy in a gangbang, and it brought the house down. And I'm not lying, 100% of the crowd sat back down. And I don't think I walked one person that night. And I did about 15 minutes. I didn't do terribly long, but well, I'm pretty sure Dave could follow me, but you know, um, yes, Kings lost a tough one tonight. They looked good in that first period, but you have. I mean, that's planned. Um, so DePaulo has gotten into fights on stage. That's well. I mean, I would protect myself if someone stormed the stage. I would not ask questions. Because the stage is sacred space. No one's supposed to be on it but me. So if an audience member who I felt was a threat came on stage, I mean, I don't want to hit them with the mic stand because you could kill someone with that thing, but I would hit as hard as I can. And it's all, at the Comedy Store specifically, they got 4K cameras everywhere. So I'm going to make sure he's going to look like the bad guy first, and then I hit. So, sometimes, but sometimes they're going to the bathroom and they're coming back. I mean, I play with them. You don't want to be too much of a dick. Because usually if you are a dick to someone who's leaving, they hit you with, well, be funnier and I'll stay. And then that usually will get a laugh from them. So, I'm very good at not being the bad guy to the crowd. So, if someone's leaving, I know they're leaving to go home or whatever, I'll say, hey, have a nice ride home, thank you for coming, thank you for staying. Sorry we didn't connect. And then when I know they're out of the room, I'm like, I hope they get COVID. And that'll make the crowd laugh. I saw Jim Jeffries the other night at the Improv Christmas party. I took an Uber there. I got out of the car and he got into the car. So I'm opening up for him even with Ubers. Uh, well, I mean, it's like someone asked me about my situation with Ross, and I'm like, hey, I was nice to Jeff until he gave me a reason to not be, and that's how I am with an audience. I'm great to an audience. I go, most comics, if they were going on last at the Comedy Store, like I do on Saturday nights, they would do 15 minutes on the nose. You get paid whether you do 15 or an hour. I do an hour. And I'm not saying it's all great because it's not, but I give back to the audience, and they appreciate that. You're never gonna have 100% success rate. Um, well, I mean, but the problem with Michael Richards was he's a comic actor. He's not a comic. And comic actors are used to everything being all right, sound, speed, rolling, action, say the line, cue the laugh track. He was just untrained to do that gig, and and to be honest with you, it's the funniest set I've ever seen him have. So hello, boing. 5 more minutes, guys. 5 more minutes. Well, I think Jim drank a lot, and that might have hindered his progress. But he's always been nice to me. Like as soon as I got out of the Uber, he's like, "Hey, Earl, how you doing?" So it's like once again, he's always been nice to me, so I'm nice to him. I am related to the industrialist. That was my grandfather, my father's father. Um, my dad is Jim Skakel. His dad was George Skakel. My dad's sister was Ethel Skakel, who married Robert Kennedy. So she is Ethel Kennedy. So, there we go. Yes, Great Lakes Carbon Corporation, which I believe they sold in the 90s, I believe. Um, and Stanhope drinks a lot. Yeah, he does. He does. And some of my friends who have substance abuse problems hang out with Stanhope. And I'm like, hey, listen, I love Doug. He's a great guy, but he's probably not the guy you should be hanging with. But, no one listens to me. So could you tell a good Jim Cornette story? I only have one, to be honest with you. Um, It was when I was the co-host of Roddy Piper's podcast, the Piper's Pit Pod, and Jim Cornette was the guest. Of course, it was being done over the phone, and Rowdy was always great about letting the guests know who I was. And I knew a lot of people didn't want me on, but Roddy wanted me on. So what are you going to do? If you got a problem, deal with Roddy in the afterlife. And Rowdy kept saying, "Hey, Jim, I want you to meet my co-host. He's a comedian, Earl Skakel." And Jim's like, "Earl, I've heard your act. You got a better chance of being a Canadian." Hello! Well, I mean, I know a lot of people are like, "Who the fuck is this bozo?" But, I mean, Roddy and his manager wanted me on, and yeah, pay the man. PayPal, eskakel@aol.com. Patreon is in the house as well. And, hit the like and subscribe button on YouTube. The more subscribers I get, the more in the recommended videos I get. And, there's more people in here for us to all fucking play with. So, yes, I am an AOL holdover. I love it. Listen, I still have a landline. And I make more calls on my landline than I do this fucking telephone. I'll tell you that much. Well, I mean, I get it though. Like people want to hear Roddy and interview Jim Cornette or Greg Valentine or The Godfather. But what they didn't know behind the scenes was, Roddy would lose his place a lot. And that was my role, really, was to get him back on. Roddy would be in the middle of this great Sting story. And then the next sentence would be like something about Kerry Von Erich. And I'd be like, "Hey, Roddy, how about Sting? Let's finish that story before we get to Kerry." And a lot of people took that as me going, "Hey, you let Roddy do what he fucking wants, you no-name loser." But it's like, I was there to help steer Roddy back on the tracks. So having you and Roddy stepped both. 100%. I mean, he had told me, like, "Dude, I love how you're the bad guy. I'm sick of being a heel. I'm 61, blah, blah, blah." So he wanted me to say wacky stuff about Pat Patterson and all that stuff. So 2 more minutes, guys. 2 more minutes. 2-2. So someone had just opened my door at 8:50. Let's see who that was. That was kind of scary. I don't like. Oh. Here's a "Hi Earl, don't mess around" from Mark Messier from Bel Air Country Club. I stole that from the Comedy Store after the failed 100%. And then, I mean, I showed you guys this the other night. But you know what? Because you guys are good people, I'll show you upstairs. And then I will end the stream. There's Ozzy. There's the Ultimate Warrior. Always Believe. Ace Frehley. Of course, the Franco Harris. There's my first 3 dogs. That's Maddie. No, that's Maddie, Freddie, and Mickey. Mickey was a tough bastard. Here's Kiss, Crazy Nights. Whoa. Kiss, Crazy Nights tour book. Let me turn on the lights. Fuck yeah. It's a Bruce Springsteen poster. Spider-Man. Any girl that's ever had sex with me has had to look at this. A autographed Vinnie Vincent picture and an autographed Mark St. John picture. Let's see. So we got a Joey Koser autographed jersey. Let me see here. A finger painting by Earl. 1972, baby. So another Joey Koser autographed jersey. Of course. Let's get here. Kamala, the Ugandan giant. To Earl, my favorite comic. To Earl, thanks. That's not funny. Love Lemmy. Motorhead in the house. Here's Gila Thor. There's my dad on a whale. Fuck yeah. Kiss Crazy Nights. There's a autograph. Sonny Landham, the Indian from Predator. Oh my God, girl, I can't believe I haven't thrown this away. A Ron Jeremy. Fuck yeah. So we got Sandman, the wrestler here. Lawrence Taylor. Motley Crue. There's a folder. To Earl, Keep Rockin' Euphoria. Vinnie Vincent. He probably didn't even sign the fucking thing. Maurice the Rocket Richard. Fuck yeah. Ace Frehley. Now here's some cool shit. Not only do I have one Michael Talbot from Miami Vice picture, I've got two Michael Talbot from Miami Vice pictures. The great Detective Stan Switek. Hello, Ozzy Osbourne picture there. Peter Criss. Just some of the jackets. Here's a closet that used to be someone else's. And if you could read it, it says, I'm alive and well. Where am I? Hello. And then here's another Vinnie Vincent autograph. Tim Hunter, the great hockey tough guy. Tim Hunter. To Earl, all the best. Another Vinnie Vincent picture. Now, the great thing about this Tim Hunter autograph is I got it at kind of a weird place. I was at a surf shop in the old West Side Pavilion, just getting some board shorts. I love me some board shorts. And Tim Hunter walks in. I'll assume he was buying a gift for his kid or something. And if you know who Tim Hunter is, he has a very distinct nose from the years of hockey fights and whatnot. And the 15, 16-year-old punk skater kid, he literally looks at me and then looks at Tim Hunter and goes, what the fuck happened to your nose, man? And this is right after he gave me the autograph. So he looks at me and goes, do you want to tell him? I said, yeah, Gord Donnelly off the opening face-off, Quebec City. And then he kind of laughed and, then he left. So we got an Earl Campbell, some cool things. Here's an autographed picture of the band Union. That's one of my best friends, the great Brent Fitz. There's a second singer from Motley Crue, Johnny Corabi. Of course, autographed picture of Earl Campbell. Ace Frehley thing from a long time ago. The steel curtain, fuck yeah. The great, maybe, whoa. Maybe the greatest sports photo of all time, Bobby Orr flying through the air. Another picture of Union. Bobby Hull. Of course, there's my favorite player of all time, Barry Beck. I've had Ed Hospodar, his one-time defensive partner on the Inappropriate Earl podcast. There's the great Ron Duguay. Jay Caulfield, who made it to the NHL when he literally started skating at like 16. And the great Rudy Poshek, whose jersey you can also see right there. Right there. Game-worn Rudy Poshek jersey. And we have Kiss, the loudest band in the world. And that's about it, guys. So, I can't afford Jeff Ross's autograph. So that's a pretty cool tour of the Earl Skakel Museum. So I hope, thank you, Michael. Can you show us the famous bathroom tile? No, that's, oh, you mean the one where the guy ripped me off? Thank you, Half Hawk Man. Yeah, well, why not? When the Chicken Man asks, you do for the Chicken Man. And although I think I've showed you guys this before, let's get the lights on. There's my friend Ty Valkyrie, Dewdrop. There's baby, come on, life size now, if you know what I'm saying. There's the half Earl, half berry jelly. Thank you very much. There's a Buster Douglas signed autographed boxing glove. We won't get into who gave it to me. There's a Dave Parker rookie card. Fuck yeah. There's one of my early dogs, Bubba. Let's see what else do we have here. Oh, here's something pretty cool. Autographed Rat in concert. Not exactly. I think they all signed it. I don't even know what's in here. There's berry jelly. There in the fucking. Here's what happened to my elliptical. I don't know what happened. I don't even know if this is fixable. No, I don't believe it is. That ain't fixable. All right, there's my landline. Fuck yeah. Here is one of the great dogs I've ever had in my life. The great Tex the Terrier, named after Randall Tex Cobb. Now let's see what these pictures are. Okay, this is my old apartment. I don't think too many of these pictures. We'll just focus on berry jelly. Let's see if we can get a cool picture of something. There's my PlayStation right there. Let's see here. Not a lot of great. There's my old bed. Did I take care of business on that thing? Yes, Tex was a great dog. A awesome dog. Well, here's a rare shot of three. Well, let me see if I have a better shot here. Oh, here's a good shot. Oh, man, this makes me a little sad, but this is my three dogs I had at the time. Let me see. There we go. That is Messier, the Lhasa Apso, right there. The infamous Mama, the Maltese, and Bookaboom, the Japanese Chin, who was Lois's first boyfriend. Look at Bookaboom just chilling right there. I had three dogs, and they were good dogs. Look at Big Mama. Mama was chilling, man. Mama was chilling. But Messier was a little rough around the food bowl. He was not a real sharer. So that's about it. Let me see. We got an autograph. I think I can do this. Yes, we have an autograph picture of Chewbacca right there. There's a berry jelly frisbee. We don't have to get into monkey business. Monkey business. Um, and this is it. So this is the TV. It's a big TV. Surround sound, of course. You know I don't fuck around. Right there. There. Nice subwoofer right there. The Ultimate Warrior cartoon, 5 cartoons he did. And that's really about all that's of interest. Well, I think C3PO held it for him. Hello! There's a Sean Avery book, autographed, of course. So, yes, this is the Earl Cave. A lot of people who lived here in the past did not like the decorating prowess that I showed, but you know what? How much were you paying in rent? 0. So take that. So, yeah, no problem, Halflock, no problem. So this has been Earl Skakel. Let's get to 50 likes, since I gave you guys a tour. Oh, here's something that you guys might find interesting. You know my love of the movie 52 Pickup. Well, here's a few. There's an autograph, North Shore from Turtle. Also, Point Break, an autographed John. I'm blanking on his last name right now. The guy who played Turtle. When are you streaming again? I'm not sure, to be honest with you. Yeah, 54 likes. That's pretty fucking cool. Here's the book Black Ice about my friend Val James. Chewbacca in the house. What else did I have to show you? Oh, well, you guys know my love of the movie 52 Pickup. Here is an autographed VHS box cover with the famous line from the movie, Earl, she told you she was a model. What'd you say it was for? Vogue. So that's about it. This has been live. Here are my 3 fantasy football trophies. I didn't fuck around. And there's Tex again, just chilling. Barry Beck, a rare picture of Barry Beck in a Colorado Rockies attire. Here's a net from the opening season of the Atlanta Trashers. Now let's see what's in here. This is like storage, more or less. There's Daddy Man when he was just a young baby model, just trying to make it. There's a 52 Pickup framed movie poster that I've got to put up at some point. And then, it's just storage. Nothing to, let's see what else is here. A rare shot of me with a cigarette. Let me see here. Look at Baby Earl. I'm just chilling. Look at that fucking hairstyle. Just chilling right now. No Tom Drake signed picture. Look at that fucking hair, man. I was killing it in the game right there. And then, here's another picture. I'm just chilling right there. This is Baby Earl. Look at who's chilling. Look at my mom's hair, man. She was fucking a looker, man. Virginia Weinman Skakel, a fashionista. Look at my little feeties. All right, you kids. I got to go to the gym and work out so I don't become the next Ralphie May. Ralphie May was so big, his real name was Ralphie May, June, and July. Hello! Just kidding. I love Ralphie. So that is about it. Here's my podcast setup. Here's the infamous Neumann T103 mic. Here's the mixing board. It's a little dusty, but what do you expect? There's one of the mics, the Zoom recorder right there. The 2 podcast mics. Here's the mic knuckles. I mean, this is no joke. Got a Jay Briscoe armband. Thank you very much, Eddie Torres, for that. And that's about it. This has been Earl Skakel in the Earl world checking out. We will see you guys probably tomorrow at some point. Earl Skakel, over and out.